Ready, we'll call it. Okay, board, we're ready?
Yes.
I'm calling to order our board meeting tonight for July 14th, 2025. And we will do a pledge of allegiance and I will lead it. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Right, let's move on to item 3A, minutes. Is there a motion?
I so move that we approve the regular minutes from June 23rd, 2025.
Second.
Can you do that again,
Let me do
please?
that again. I
Mr. Covington.
want to approve the regular meetings from June 23rd, 2025.
Can I make a suggestion for a revision of the motion? Madam
Yes,
President?
yes.
So the agenda actually shows that it's.
It says the 28th, the correct date's the 23rd.
Correct. So I think we should amend the agenda and approve the June 23rd amendments in the same motion.
Okay,
Okay?
so do we have a motion to amend the agenda?
Sure
So
do.
that the minutes reflect, that 3A reflects June 23rd, 2025.
So moved.
Okay, is there a
I'll
second?
second.
Okay, please call vote by acclamation.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Now I'll want to approve the regular meetings of the minutes of June 23rd, 2025.
I'll second that. Please call the vote.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. So next is number 5, consent agenda items A through I. Is there a motion?
I'm sorry.
Did I skip something?
Did we skip number 4?
Call to public, excuse me, I'm sorry. Number 4, call to public. Do we have a call to the public?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
All right.
Okay,
We are by the book, you
I
guys.
don't mess around today.
No stone unturned. We do everything. Okay. Consent agenda, item 5A through I. Is there a motion?
I'll move we approve the consent agenda lines A through I.
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion?
We got one second down there.
I'm sorry.
There's a second.
There's a second. Is there a discussion on any of these at all?
I just want to make a comment that I'm glad to see that some people are going to the post-secondary in Houston, Texas in October.
Take the raincoat.
Mr. Hobson and I went to that a couple years ago and we enjoyed it. So it's good to see you attending it
I thought it
now.
was in Austin.
Yes,
Yes.
in Austin. Is it Austin?
Did he say Houston or Austin?
Which one is
I
it?
think he said Houston, but I think it's in Austin.
It's Austin.
Yeah.
I just can't read my writing.
As long as your airplane tickets
My
get to that
scribble.
place.
The interesting thing, thank you, the interesting thing about that is that we actually were contacted about presenting some of the work that we're doing in the post-secondary space. And so that's part of the reason why we're going. So we're
great.
Pleased to go.
Is there any kind of live stream that we could watch? We'd love to see that.
No, they don't live stream those.
Yeah, I know. Gotta ask. It's 2025. You never know. Okay, so let's call the vote, please, by acclamation.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. Item 6, personnel. We have personnel A, B, and C. I could have a motion for A and B.
I move to approve personnel items 6A and 6B.
I'll second it.
Is there any discussion on these?
Dr. Wilson, would you like to explain the new job? I think it's interesting.
It's only because I made a
That's all,
motion on
so you
A
have
and
to
B.
vote on
Oh, I
it.
thought you meant A, B, and C.
Well, he made a
A
motion on
and
A
B.
For
and
A
B,
and
and then I
B.
was going to
Okay,
do
never mind.
separately, so. Okay, please call the vote on items 6A and B.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Okay, item 6C, the job description for a new position. Is there a motion?
I'll move we approve the job description for the independent skills coach.
And
I second.
Okay, Dr. Wilson.
Madam President, members of the governing board, this is a very interesting position for us to be bringing to you. One of the things that we realized as we've gone down the road of working with Hope Tech and the residents of Hope Tech is that the needs that exist are significant, and we knew going into that. What we didn't know was really what that looked like in terms of staffing. We opened up this year with about 20, and ran between 18 and 22 throughout the year. 18 and 22 with 2 staff members was a significant task, because recognizing it's not just the EVIT portion of responsibility, but it's also the residential portion of the responsibility and the life skills portion and responsibility. We're anticipating, right now on the books, we have 33 residents moving in July, and we hope that that be 38 by the time we start school. There's still 5 pending. So when we start talking about 38, almost doubling that number, the need to have additional staff and support is going to be important for us if we're going to continue to do the good work that we're going to do. This position, though, isn't just confined to Hope Tech in its specific nature. One of the things we did before Hope Tech is we had individuals that really leaned into the foster youth in general, because we know that there's foster youth that can benefit from EVIT, whether they live at Hope Tech or not. And so what we wanted to do is to bring on a new position that would help support the residents at Hope Tech, but also lean in and support the foster youth that are attending EVIT that don't attend Hope Tech, because we know that population has the opportunity to benefit from the work that we do, whether they're at Hope Tech or not. So what this position is a position that would be housed out of Hope Tech with Hope Tech to support Hope Tech residents, but also to support foster youth that are here that are not members of the Hope Tech community. It's a uniquely different position because what we found is that we have uniquely different needs. And so what we're wanting is an individual that has the ability to interact and engage with foster youth, to help them in areas that oftentimes they need help that we just didn't have the capacity to provide. As an example, individuals that need to go to a doctor's appointment. They need somebody to help shepherd them through that process. Well, when you have 2 individuals and one has to be off the campus because they're helping an individual go to the doctor, that leaves one for managing what would be 38 individuals. So it isn't a reasonable expectation to have 2. The staffing needs to be 3. As we scale up, it'll probably turn to 4. But it's a uniquely different position than what we currently have, because the role that they have is going to be uniquely different, both with Hope Tech residents, but also foster youth in general that are participating at EVIT.
Okay, thank you. Any other
I
questions?
have a question. I didn't see where the funding, is that going to be funded with M&O, or are we going to get sideways or for the foster program?
So it'll be funded out of the M&O because it's a dual position. So part of it will be funded out of the funding that's generated by foster youth that are attending our campus and aren't living at Hope Tech.
Are we identifying those kids that are coming on campus that are in a group home?
We are, absolutely. And our goal with this individual is actually to get more of those folks, right? Part of what we did before the Hope Tech, and we had this kind of liaison that worked independently or dependently with the group homes, is that we grew that number. What we realized in the genesis of Hope Tech is that number actually fluctuated because the placement would change and the students would have to leave. So the funding for this position is going to be a combination of both the M&O that's generated by the students that are attending here that are not Hope Tech residents, but also by the funding generated by the Hope Tech residents and the rent that they're paying.
Well, I think it's a great idea. I just want to make
Good,
sure
go ahead.
we're
Fair
covered.
question.
Absolutely. Anything else? Okay, let's take a vote by acclamation on item 6C.
All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Excellent. Okay, back to you, Dr. Wilson, for item 7, information and discussion.
Madam President, members of the governing board, I kid you not, I feel like yesterday was the first day of our summer break. And here we are now, starting school, what is it, next
Next
Wednesday. New teachers are on campus, returning teachers come this Thursday, school starts next Wednesday. So it has been an incredibly fast and busy summer. We're optimistic. You know, we talked at the end of last year, at the beginning of the summer, about some of the opportunities we hope to pursue in terms of getting students here, getting the right students here, staying connected with them. Dr. Doolin has done a great job. Dr. Schreiner's done a great job kind of building capacity in our system to interact with and engage students on the front end with their recruiting, making sure that students really understand what they're signing up for, staying connected to them during the summer. One of the things we did this year, and this tip of the cap to Dr. Schreiner, is our OFI days, which was our fee days. We did much earlier, which is a good thing because obviously from a business standpoint, if we get students and families that commit to buying their supplies and their uniforms, they're more likely to attend. Dr. Doolin has done a magnificent job with her deans, working with our teachers to make sure that we're connecting with those students and going to continue to connect with them. I tell you all that because on our books right now, paid and picked up their uniforms and their supplies is about 8,200 students between the main and the Power campus. There's another 1,000 students that haven't paid, which doesn't mean they're not going to show up, because there's a percent that always do. And what we've asked families to do is, if you're not coming, to please tell us, so that we can take the wait list that we have and fill in those seats. So we're optimistic that we're going to open the start of the school year over 8,000, which would be the largest in-person number that we've had since I've been the superintendent. The goal is to keep those students, right? So we've talked about that before, and some of the things that we're going to do to try to make sure that we keep those students throughout the year. I tell you all that because as fast as this summer has gone and as overwhelming as it's been, I'm really proud of the work that our team has done to be in a position to open the school year, whether it's facilities. Mr. Bernasek and Mr. Howard out of Power have done a phenomenal job trying to navigate what needs to be navigated in terms of the remodel. Even though they're not doing the remodel, they're having to navigate what that means in terms of facilities, getting enough supplies for our students and our staff, and to open the school year. So we're optimistic that we are preparing ourselves to start better this year than we have since I've been the superintendent, which is a good feeling. I invite you, is it Monday? Friday, wow. Friday is our back-to-school breakfast, and that's where we bring, there's only probably 2 times during the year in which we bring everybody together and under one roof. And oh, I was right. See? I was right. Also, could you say that again?
You want me to say it all again?
No, just the I'm sorry part.
I'm sorry.
No, so Monday is our back-to-school breakfast, and I invite any of you that are interested, please let Tammy know. I think it's a wonderful opportunity for you to interact with our amazing faculty and staff and to see them in a light that oftentimes you don't get to see them, and conversely for them to see you in a light that they don't often get to see. And so I encourage you, we have a breakfast and we have a lunch, and so if you're free for either of those times, please let Ms. Norris know so we can account for you. If we need to, we can do a soft posting. Friday is a Meet the Teacher night. Did we do it? Is this the first time? Is this the first time on the Friday before?
Doing it for Friday.
So this is the last year was the first year. This is the second year. We used to do the Meet the Teacher week 2 of the school year. Don't know why we did it that way, because it's not really Meet the Teacher because you've been in school for 2 weeks. But at any rate, we're hopeful that what this does is it gives families kind of that ease of mind. I know when my son came here, one of the real challenges for him was he was so accustomed to his home high school, and the idea of getting out of his neighborhood and getting down to a campus that he's never been to, had no idea where to go, just to get on the campus and meet the teacher, see the room, goes a long way in kind of softening some of those anxieties. And so if you're around Friday, 4 to 6 here, 4 to 6 at Power. If you're around Monday, donuts in the morning, coffee in the morning, lunch around noon on Monday. You're welcome to any of those as we get ready to start our 25-26 school year with 8,169 students on the books. And that's just a high school, not adult. And you add the adult in, and we're probably trending a little bit higher. So that's just the information and discussion for you tonight.
That's awesome.
So I just want to make sure the Meet the Teacher evening is Friday the 18th?
Yes, Friday the 18th, 4 to 6, both campuses, 4 to 6.
Thank you.
I came to Ophi Days with my son, and that was a well-oiled machine, and I saw multiple people here. You guys did a great job. We didn't have to wait out in the sun. That was my biggest gripe. I'm like, please don't make me stand in the sun. Please.
Yeah.
And we didn't, and we were in and out of there. My son's excited. His biggest gripe, he's not sure what he's supposed to wear. He's super
Right.
nervous, because he's just like, what am I supposed to wear? I don't want to get in trouble the first day. So we'll be there at the Meet the Teacher, and we're good to go.
What was really impressive to me, and again, Dr. Schreiner and her team did a really nice job creating a system that really was well-oiled, right? But more impressive to me was the comments I got from families after they attended it. They were grateful for the well-oiledness, but more than that, they were grateful at the way they were treated by our faculty and staff. I can't tell you how many times folks said, it was such a pleasure to have somebody greet me. They were so kind, they were so helpful, they were so, almost so as if they don't typically get that experience. And so the idea of starting off, we talk all the time organizationally about becoming who we expect ourselves to be. And if we're going to be an organization that loves our students and serves our community, it starts with your first interaction with us. And if your first interaction is a well-oiled machine that also is a positive one, then we're on the right road to attracting and retaining and doing the good work that we know that we can do. So we're excited about the opportunity, a little bit nervous, a little freaked out. In some ways, not going to lie about that, but we're excited. And if you're free Friday or Monday, please join us.
Okay, I'm just going to say, having taken many children to many different schools for Meet the Teacher, it is not a well-oiled machine. We do completion ceremonies better. That's my own personal opinion. We kick butt on that and OFI days. So just going to, little shout out for EVIT, yay.
Last thing, and then I'm going to stop. Maybe not, I don't know. I haven't seen you guys for a while. I just feel like chatting today. Dr. Shona shared a funny story. She had an appointment, and when she was at the place that she has an appointment, she was wearing an EVIT shirt. And this person came up to her and said, "Oh, do you work at EVIT?" And she said, "Yes." And so they went in and had the conversation about EVIT. And then she went to the next person in the business, and she was wearing an EVIT shirt. And, "Oh, you work at EVIT?" "I went to," had a conversation about it. Third person, "Oh my gosh, do you work at EVIT?" Had a conversation. What was so interesting about the third conversation, or the first, I don't know, I'm mixing it up, is the individual said, "Oh my gosh, my niece just graduated from there. You guys had the best graduation ceremony I've ever been to."
Yep.
There you go.
Awesome.
And I thought it was maybe because of the words of wisdom I said. No, it was because we did it so efficiently as well.
Right.
Nobody.
Oh, awesome, okay. Yay, happy things, excellent. Okay, we are at item 8, and I need a motion to move us, if I'm doing this right, motion to call for executive session.
Madam President, I make a motion for item 8A and B, executive session.
I'll second it.
Great, please call for a vote.
All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
So, Madam
Yes.
Okay. Okay, tech is ready. Are we ready? Mr. Hobson, you're ready? Oh, mic's on. Mr. Hobson, are you ready? Okay.
Yes.
All righty. Okay, so we are back from executive session. We are still on action items 9. And so we need a motion for 9A and 9B on our action items, excuse me.
One by one.
We'll do one at a time. So do I have a motion for item 9A?
Which one is my A?
A motion that to authorize the superintendent and director of legal services to proceed as discussed in the executive session.
That's,
Is there a second?
With
I second.
medical.
Thank you. Okay, any discussion? Okay, please call the vote by acclamation.
All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
Okay, I need a motion on item 9B.
I'll move that we instruct the superintendent and director of legal services to proceed as discussed in executive session.
I second.
Okay, is there any discussion on this? Anything? I would like to say that I don't think there is any point in extending the current IGA with districts that are unwilling to negotiate a new IGA. Any other comments on that?
I agree. I mean, this is, you know, what we have learned is that some of the districts are simply not participating in good faith. And I think I think what we've discussed gives an opportunity for them to fix that. But, you know, yes, I agree absolutely.
Yeah, as a board, we represent almost 1.4 million voters and the students that go along with that. As a mission, our mission is to provide quality CTE, career technical education. I think that we have demonstrated full faith, good faith, and I mean, that includes financials, quality instruction, our outcomes. We have done everything and made good faith efforts regarding governance. We work really hard with our sending districts to have open communications regarding satellite programs, training our IGA. I think if you look at our board meetings over the last year, you can see that our guiding principle has been following the Auditor General, being compliant legally, and doing what's right by our students, ensuring that we have the best possible outcomes. So I think that what we've directed here tonight, Dr. Wilson, is what needs to happen, because we need to put our students first and of course, follow the law.
I concur.
Very well put.
Agreed.
Okay, so let's call the vote, please. Let's do a roll call.
Mr. Hancock.
Aye.
Mr. Lane.
Aye.
Mr. Covington.
Aye.
Mr. Boyle votes aye. Mr. Hunt.
Aye.
Dr. Metcalf.
Aye.
Mr. Watkins.
Aye.
Mr. Hobson.
Aye.
President McAfee.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously.
Great, thank you. Okay, item 10, staff reports.
Madam President, members of the governing board, I got nothing. That's it.
Come on.
Covered it
Not
tonight.
yet.
The gift that keeps giving.
I have something, we've had Hope Tech for a year. I would like a brief summary of the students we've had there and how they've done and stuff like that, percentages and things like that, if we could. I think it shows what a successful program is.
Sure. I can work with Hope Tech staff to come up with some of that and do a presentation for you. They'd be
Yeah.
happy to do it. There's some great successes, there's lessons learned, and that was the whole point of this first year, is how do we do better once we know what we don't know? We found a lot that we didn't know, so we can bring that to
I'd
you.
like to know a lot of those.
Yeah, listen,
I mean, you know, it's a learning process.
100% it is.
And you're always doing a continuous improvement, so you want to see the continuous improvement from the beginning to here, and then continue improving in the future.
Well, we have students, I mean, Anthony, who's in our apprenticeship program. We have a young lady that is in the surgical tech program. And so we have some students that have come, we have students that graduated, got their certificates and are out working, so we can bring that information back to you. We also have students that didn't have the success we were hoping, and that's part of the lesson learned too.
That'd be a great presentation. Forgive me, I cannot remember, you mentioned this maybe last meeting or the meeting before, but there's an adult ed graduation or completion in August?
Yes,
Yes,
it's
the
the
first one.
associate's degree.
Yes, when is that?
Dr. Schreiner, when is it? The 18th of August.
August 18th?
August 18th, yes.
And where will that be and what time?
Building 14, it's here on the main campus, and I
Okay.
believe it's at 6 o'clock? Is it building 1 or 14? 14. And what time? Okay, we'll get it to you, but it is the 16th, and it's exciting. I mean, it's,
Yeah.
you know, what's exciting about it, we had this conversation earlier, is that a lot of hard work, Dr. Doolin and Dr. Schreiner and counselor and Ms. Perez, I mean, to pull together an associate's degree. But the idea that this is the first associate's graduation by a CTED district in the history of Arizona. And so that's actually kind of a cool thing when you think about it.
It's impressive. There's so many great things about EVIT, there's so many great things going on, that it's a great time to be on this board, and it's exciting to see the things that we direct you to do. I mean, it's a great reminder that board members hire and fire the superintendent, right? We direct superintendents what to do, you and your admin get to execute. And when we work together, amazing things can happen.
Absolutely.
I think EVIT shows that it's a great place for most kids. I won't say all, because nothing is all, but if more people could come and see, it's just, there's opportunities are just endless for so many students. So thank you for all the hard work, for all the teachers, for the admin, for everybody doing great things here.
I've told you guys before, I've worked at a lot of other boards in my career, and it is refreshing, and it's a wonderful experience to be a superintendent that works for a board that truly puts students first. And you recognize the best way to put students first is to have a quality teacher in the classroom. And you've done work over the past 6 years to make that a reality. And in doing that, then you've given us the opportunity to think about doing things that are beyond the scope of what we normally would. So as much as I am grateful for the opportunity to work with the folks that I work with on the daily, I'm very grateful as a superintendent to work for a board like you that really does put students first.
Okay, so closing items. Is our next meeting going to be the 28th?
28th.
And are we okay with that being kind of a week after school? Is that fine?
I was not okay with it at first, but given the nature of everything that's going on, it might be worth it. Now, it may be, honestly, if we get to a point and there's really nothing on the agenda, then I might reach out to you and say maybe we punt that
Yeah.
one, but I think it's important to keep it on the books for today.
Well, hey, I'm not okay with school starting in July. I just want that on the record. It just, for the love of Pete, it's almost like with a religious fervor, I'm opposed to it at this point. But it is what it is, so, whatever. Okay, so,
I
Mr.
move that we
Covington.
adjourn the meeting.
I second.
Okay, please call vote.
All those in favor, please say aye.